We're going to go from 0 to 10,000 marbles right now. Hello everybody, Mr. Sticksman here, and welcome back to Marble World. This is an obstacle course for marbles, and today we're going to check it out to see how good it is. First of all, we're going to have a good look round it and see how it works. Then we're going to whip out the marble camera and see if we can get around the whole track without falling off. Oh, we're getting stuck. Oh no. Oh no. And finally, we're going to try to break it by sending 10,000 marbles down it. It's going to be a good one, so let's get on with it. Link in the description below if you want to have a go with it. Subscribe. Right then, let's get started, shall we? And over here, 300 marbles waiting to go down the track. In fact, that's not quite enough, is it? Let's put some more in, because, oh no! Okay, it's a bit too many. Quick, put the barriers down. Okay, that is now 1,800 marbles on the marble run so far. We'll put more in later. We'll try to get to about 10,000 if we can later on. But we don't want to break this thing too soon, do we? So at the moment, you can see these triangles here behind a panel of glass, which is just keeping them in there, making sure they don't fall out too early. Then they're going into this giant pit here, down different routes. Look at that, there's a sort of X shape there, pouring into the pit down below. And in the center of it, there's a booster pad here. It's quite small, but it's really powerful. And as you can see, if we just go back here, it's firing marbles really high into the air, and some of them are getting onto the next part of the track up here. Some of them are actually falling off though and going back down into the pit again. Let's go over here though onto the next stage of this marble run, and as you can see, there's a little sort of upper track with a slope on it, and it's just leading marbles down through a little gap in the wall there, just a tiny gap in that big wall, but behind it is a really big escalator, and that's taking them up onto the main marble run, because we haven't even got to the main part yet. This is just the beginning, guys. We've got a massive sort of section now, this first box here, and you'll see here that as the marbles roll off that escalator, they go down into the first sort of obstacle section on this. Oh, look at, guys, there's just marbles jumping everywhere in the background. It's crazy, this thing. Look how much is going on. So yes, over here we've got this first sort of entrance into the obstacle, and they're all going to roll down the center here. Big spinning platforms. They're going to have to try and get across all of those without falling through the gaps. And you can see that quite a few of them do actually make it at the end onto that booster pad and jump off into the next section. But let's just go underneath this thing and have a look, because it's pretty cool. Look at the shadow as well. But from this angle, you can... Oh, guys, look how loaded up the escalators are. They're just full up to the top, aren't they, with marbles? They're just everywhere now. And yeah, as we look up here, you can see how many marbles are falling through the gaps every time they open up. They're going to land in this upper section here and roll down into stage 2. And what you can see here is there's a little gap down there, yeah, and they're sort of rolling through that and then going it. Oh no, there's a marble stuck there. Let's just delete that one. There we go, it's gone. Okay, now yes, over here we have a flipper, and occasionally that's automatically opening and closing. As you can see, it's probably on a timer or something, and it's allowing groups of marbles to go through, so that's pretty cool. And over here there's a really interesting section where before they get to those booster pads and launch into the next part, there's actually a chance for them to fall off. There's gaps in the walls, look, and some of them even roll backwards. Let's watch it from this angle so we can see what's going on from a different perspective. And as you can see, yeah, some of them are rolling backwards, some of them are just colliding into those edges there, those sharp edges, and falling off before they have a chance to get onto the booster pad. But we can see up here that a lot of those marbles do actually make it through into the next stage. And again, every time we have an obstacle, they have the same kind of box underneath it where they have a chance to get back on and go around for a second attempt. But let's have a look at the next section now. So these marbles are going over here, flying through the air, and then ending up over here on the next part. Now this is really, really cool. I've never seen this before in Marble World. So this is like a reverse conveyor belt kind of thing, and it's bringing marbles back towards where they started. So you can see here they're hitting that booster pad, look, and jumping really quite far. Actually, some of them are jumping right to the end of this thing, and that's how they get through onto the next stage. But as you can see, some of them don't jump far enough, and they have to go all of the way back to the beginning, but then they don't get up to the top. They have to drop down off the edge. It's a really big drop down here, and they're going to be landing at the bottom of these escalators. So guys, that's going to take them ages to go around again. I hope we don't get stuck on this later. But anyway, let's carry on and see the next part, because of course there is our typical booster pad at the end, and under this really interesting structure here, you can just see it under there, look. Whoa, look how awesome that tube looks from under here. There's loads of marbles going through it. Guys, that's so cool. I love this thing. Let's jump up here now and into the next stage. Of course, we have another slope up here at the end. They're going to go down here and into this next area through that little gap down there. There's a spinner here. I didn't notice that before. There's a spinner which is sort of embedded into the track a bit. But let's just go through here. And of course, the marbles from those escalators are joining us as well. They've already failed this one. Now, this is really interesting. So over here, we have different lanes they can slot into. And each lane has its own booster pad at the end of it. We'll just get a bird's eye view of that. It's quite an interesting shape, isn't it? But each lane here is sending a marble onto one of these sort of big baskets. I don't know what to describe these things as, but they're a bit like sort of elongated baskets, aren't they, which are catching those marbles. And look how accurate it is. If we go into slow motion here, let's just watch this blue one and let's see if that goes into... Yes, it does. Look at that. It lands, and the pink one as well. They land perfectly inside these 4 sticks, and that's going to roll down here. A bit of a curve. Oh, I thought it got stuck, but oh no, it's going to... The pink one nearly crashed into it there. It's going to roll towards the end and hit a booster pad, 2 red booster pads, and fly up through the air. Let's watch that pink one. Going to fly up through the air and end up here in this tray up above to go into the next section. And of course, we are going to speed the game up in a minute, but I just thought I'd show you that in slow motion. We'll just see one more here, and that green marble, is it going to hit? Yes, it goes right into the middle. That yellow, oh no, guys, the yellow one crashed into it, look, and ended up going on top, and then it hits the wedge and drops down. So of course, you can fail this. Let's speed the game up here, just back to normal so we can carry on again. But isn't that pretty amazing? I've never seen anything quite like that before. And the next section, now this is brilliant. It's one of my favourite parts on the marble run, actually. So they go down here, look, as normal on the other sections as well. Through the gap down here, underneath the wall, and we'll just join them going through there. Escalators are joining in as well over here, look. And there's loads of marbles are now on this platform going towards that big spinning cog at the end. But can they get there? Because on the way, they've got to get past these moving platforms, which are going left and right and diagonally and all sorts. There's also a big cylinder there and a triangle and all sorts of things on the way just to try and get them off the track. But look at that. Lots of them are getting to the end, luckily. And it's quite interesting, isn't it? Look how many marbles are on this thing. Probably about 100. The escalators over here are completely loaded up to the top. Imagine what this is all going to be like when we've got 10,000 marbles on it later on. I can't wait. And yes, at the end of it, look, we've got this big spinning cog over here, which is taking up marbles in the gaps. And quite a few of them are going up to the top, actually. That's pretty good. And that's underneath this tube here, which is, oh, guys, it's so cool. Look how many marbles are in there. Just going all of the way back to the beginning again. This thing is incredible. So let's go over here and see what happens. How do they get out of that? Okay, so they just go onto a little shelf there, look, and drop down onto the main track below. Another slope, of course, the same usual thing. So we have a gap under the wall, which goes into the next part of the marble run. We're going to follow them through here then. And oh yeah, now this is a really interesting track here, because it's sort of like on a timer again, and it triggers this track which drops down and sets them free. Look at that, it drops them down. They go through some spinners and onto a booster pad, which is not always turned on. So let's just watch this again. So they're going to drop down any moment now. There they go. And watch this booster pad. It is off right now. Marbles are falling through it, but as soon as it turns on, look at that. They start jumping up into the sky and getting onto the next stage of the marble run. And again, it's still on at the moment, but as soon as those arrows disappear, oh my goodness, it's flashing, guys. It's on and off. That's crazy. It looks quite random, doesn't it? I wonder if it's actually random or not. But anyway, loads of marbles are getting up to the top and going onto the next stage of this marble run, which is the last stage before they go back to the beginning again. Now over here, we've got this booster pad in the center, and they're going to jump onto these. It's like a big platform with lots of different lanes on it, just making them go straight down. And again here, we've got lots of booster pads. It's a bit similar to the last one, I think, where sometimes they're on, look, and sometimes they're off, and they have to be on to make a marble jump through the air and get up to the top again. If they're off, the marbles are just going to go straight through them and fall down. If we just go down here, you can see the odd marble dropping down there because they haven't quite got to the end. And this thing on the wall, by the way, it looks a bit strange, doesn't it? That is actually lots of flashing logic blocks, which are just operating the booster pads over here. So when they're green and white, it's sort of signaling if the booster pads are on or off. And that looks pretty mad, doesn't it? It looks like some kind of sci-fi thing happening there. Anyway, let's go up here then. This is at the top where they do go if they get over the booster jump. And they're going to go into the tube here, which is awesome. It's got booster pads lining the inside of it. And if we just sort of... Oh, hang on a minute. I'm dizzy now. We can follow them down here and try and get right to the end of it. But look how many marbles are coming behind us. And there's the entrance over there to it. So the booster pads are there to help them, of course. Otherwise, they wouldn't get back to the start again. But let's go up here. Now we're at the highest point in the marble run. And if we just zoom out, you can see where we are right now. I mean, look at this thing. It's just mad, isn't it? Because everywhere you look, there's just tons of marbles. Just... It's so crazy, this thing. Let's go back into the tube anyway. And of course, we are going to be rolling down this properly later as a marble. Actually, that's going to happen in a minute because we're just back to the beginning now. And as you can see, they're nice and controlled. Look how many are coming round here. They're nice and controlled, dropping back down into this box and then going round it again for a second lap and a third lap. Oh no, guys, we've got a couple of marbles over here on the floor, but not many, as I can only see 2 of them actually. Let's delete that one and that one. There we go. It's gone now. So that's all right. We only had 2. Oh no, there's a few more over here, but most of them are on the track still. Anyway, now it's time to become a marble ourselves and see if we can roll through the entire obstacle course without falling off. This is going to be so fun, guys. I can't wait to do this. So let's get started. Here we go then. We're ready to roll down this whole marble run and see if we can get to the end without falling off. And we have chosen this pink marble over here. This is what it's like in first person mode, but as you can see, we can't really see, all we can see is the sky at the moment. We can't really see much else. 3, 2, 1, go. Right, the barriers are down and we're rolling out. There's our pink marble there. Oh my goodness. And it's going down the triangles. We've dropped down, guys. We've taken a shortcut. Yes. We've taken a shortcut and we've got into the center quite quickly, but there's a bit of a traffic jam trying to get onto the booster pad. There's us down there. Oh, we're about to hit it. There we go. Yes, guys, we made it. We made it onto that escalator right from the start. That's brilliant because I think a few of those marbles are going to take a few minutes actually to get onto this thing. Here we go, dropping off the top then onto the first obstacle on this course. And there's us down there. Look, so okay, here we go. We go down the middle. No. Oh my goodness, guys, we made it. No! Yes, that was so close. Okay, we made it through all of the gaps there. And oh my goodness, we're just smashing this marble run. We've got so far already. 2 obstacles complete. Here's the third one. Oh, we didn't make it. We didn't make it on this one. Oh, guys, we got knocked by another marble and we actually ended up getting through. That's unbelievable. We're going rapidly through this thing. Okay, here's the jump. We land in a basket. Up into the next... I can't believe this. We are absolutely destroying this marble run. Unbelievable. Okay, this is hard. This is one of the hardest bits. Here we go. Oh, we're getting stuck. Oh, no. Oh, no, no. Oh. Okay, I can't complain. There's hardly anyone on this escalator. Yeah, I can't complain. I mean, we've done so well already, haven't we? But I cannot complain about falling off that one, which is one of the hardest to get through. Oh, okay. Oh, no, God. I knew this was going to happen. It is going to take us a while to get through some of these. It's not going to be that easy. Here we are then, coming off the top of that escalator, and we're going to go round for a 3rd attempt now. I wonder how many times we're going to have to take to get through, and that's... No. Here we go. Our 4th attempt is about to commence. And I bet we'll fall off really quickly, won't we? Okay, past the first one, past the second one, past the third one, 4th one. Yes! No! No! Oh! Was that the 4th attempt? I think I'm trying to keep count, but I can't remember. I think that was a 4th attempt now. How many times do you think it's going to take us to get past this piece of track? I mean, it's going to be rather tricky, isn't it? I reckon this is one of the hardest ones on the whole run to get past. Here we go. Dropping down there. There's another one. Just going to first person. Oh my goodness, guys. We're making it. We're making it. Yes. Yes, we got to the end. We're now in the... Okay, I'm so relieved because I thought maybe it's going to take us about 20 goes and I'll be here in an hour's time. Just no further on. Here we go. And there's another section now we're going through. Here's the dropping track. So we're just right at the front. Look, we're in the very front row of the dropper here. And what we're going to do is first person mode, up the jump. And we made it onto the next stage. Look at that. Now here is the last section actually. And we're straight down the middle. Yes, we got there. Now we're in the big tube here. Going right back round to the beginning again. We're going to make sure we complete this properly. There's that break and dropping down through the triangles and back to the start for our second run through. Wasn't that fantastic? That was so much fun. I can't believe we got through quite a few of those obstacles pretty easily, actually. I think we were just very lucky there, to be honest, because it is quite hard, actually, to get to the end. If you want to see me do marble camera mode on other similar marble runs as well, I've done like 3 others a bit like this, made by the same person. They're all absolutely fantastic. I'll leave links in the description below if you want to see those videos. They are super fun. But let's go back to the beginning now, because this is the next challenge. We're going to spawn in 10,000 marbles and see if we can break it. Let's get on with it. Okay, starting from 0 then, we're going to go from 0 to 10,000 marbles right now. There's the first round, 300 marbles, and what we're going to do is just let them kind of get onto the track a bit first, because otherwise they're going to get clogged up down here, and actually this thing is going to break in the starting area. And we want to just make sure there's lots of marbles all over this marble run, so we'll just put a few more in now, but we'll try not to go too crazy, just to give it a bit of a chance. That's 1,200 marbles there, and there's already big traffic jams building up in the center, but they're already, look, going onto here, onto the second stage of the obstacle course now. Let's put some more in. We've got 1,500, 1,800, which is what we had before. Everything is moving perfectly fine right now. Let's put some more in then. We've got 2,100. Now, we didn't have this many before, so we're sort of going into unknown territory a bit here. And that's 2,400, 2,700. And we'll just go up to 3,000 for the moment. Okay, guys, 3,000 marbles. Unbelievable. Look at the escalator over here. There's hardly any gap. There are some gaps, actually, but not many. It's a full escalator, basically. This is all working very well, isn't it? There are no problems here so far. I don't think we've actually broken it yet. Oh, well, it's still working, but look how loaded up it is. We've actually still got to add another 7,000 marbles to get to 10,000. We're not even halfway yet. Oh, no, they're all coming back round again. Let's put some more in quick before... Oh, okay, that's 3,300. 3,900 now we've just put in there, and the game is starting to slow down a bit, so let's just use some slow motion here to make sure my computer doesn't set on fire. We'll just keep spawning these in here. 4,500 marbles. We're nearly halfway, but not yet. Oh no, guys. I think we've broken the... I think we've broken the booster pad. Oh no, look at that. It's trying its best, and it can't send marbles through quick enough. Do you know what we need? We need like 50 booster pads in here just to launch marbles up really quickly. Okay, we have broken this thing then at 4,500 marbles, but don't worry, I'm not going to give up here. I'm going to restart, and I'm going to make sure we get 10,000 onto this marble run and keep it working. That's our new challenge, okay? So let's just sort of be relatively careful here. We know that 1,800 works, so let's just do that first and make sure all of these marbles get sent on their way as quickly as possible. Oh my goodness, this is going to take ages to fill it up. Yes, we've got rid of the big traffic jam, guys. It's all gone now. Look at that. And we've still got, of course, 1,800 marbles on the run. So now let's put some more in and see if we can just gradually add them in and get to further than we did before. I think our record was 4,500, wasn't it? But let's see if we can beat that this time. So we've now got 2,400, and we're going to have to wait for this traffic jam to go down now a bit. Look how many marbles are on that tipping track. This thing really fills up to the top, doesn't it? Probably about 100 or so. In a minute, we can put some more marbles in and carry on. I think, yes, there's no problems here right now, are there? So we can add maybe 300 more. Look in the tuber, there's so many marbles coming down, joining back onto the beginning. We've got to be so careful of that, because that could actually break the marble run if we put too many in, and there's still loads coming down the pipe as well. So let's put some more in now. 3,300 we've got, and I think that's enough just for the moment until we've got rid of this traffic jam, because that's going to get a bit bigger at the moment. Look at that. From this angle, there's just so much going on, and it looks like it can't really take many more marbles than this, doesn't it? But what I'm hoping is we'll get loads just falling down into the pits. There's already traffic jams in this one alone building up. There's nothing in here. Oh no. Yeah, let's try and fill this one up, because there's nothing in here. Oh, there they are. This has to be one of the busiest parts in the whole marble run. I mean, look how many marbles. Both escalators are loaded up to the top, and we have traffic jams down here as well. There's a big traffic jam building up, loads of marbles dropping out of the sky. All right, we've done it. We've now got to the end of of that traffic jam, but there's another one building up in here. So let's put some more marbles in, but I'm a bit concerned about this. That's an extra 600 now, so we've got 3,900, but this is a big problem because I reckon this traffic jam eventually is going to get so big in here that it's going to spill out into the entrance, and then I think it's going to break. So let's hope we don't just make this too big here. We've got to give it a bit of a chance to empty itself onto this escalator. Oh no, look at the traffic jams building up onto the flipper as well. I didn't realise that was going to happen. There's so many stacking up behind it, look, and it's letting tons through onto the jumps over here. We've done it again, and the traffic jam has now gone, so we're going to put in the next round of marbles, and that is actually 4,500. So what we had before is now the same, and hopefully we can make our way up to 10,000 before before the whole thing blows up. Oh guys, look how big this traffic jam is down here. It's just growing more and more. But what's really cool is it's going to help us to get 10,000, because even if this really fills up, we can get another 2,000 just down here, look, just sort of resting at the bottom doing nothing but going onto the escalators. And if that's the case, yes, it should help us to get 10,000 on it in total. There's another traffic jam down here, not quite as big, but that's building up as well. One good thing is though that I don't have to use slow motion right now because the marbles are more spread out. It actually means that it's easier for the computer to run. If you like pack thousands of marbles into a really small area, then of course it's going to be a bit harder for the physics, and then my computer will probably set on fire. We're not even halfway yet, and it looks absolutely mad, doesn't it? Just imagine we have to double this number and then add some more after that. Even the pipe is now really full up. I mean, look how many marbles are just pouring into it, guys. There's so many in there. And hopefully, because the thing is, if one marble decides to reverse down this slope here, it actually could break the entire marble run, because there'll be a big stack building up over here and they'll all just jam up inside the tube, and that'll be it then. It only takes one marble to spoil the entire run. That is pretty crazy to think about, isn't it? One marble can stop 10,000 all on its own, but it is true. So over here, now let's go back to the start. Oh yes, we've got rid of that traffic jam as well. It's almost gone, just a few more left in it. So I think we can add the next 300. That's now 4,800, and we'll do one more. Okay, 5,100 marbles. We are over halfway, and I'm now going to have to start using slow motion, I think. We'll just add a couple of notches on that. There we go, just a couple of slow motion increments there, and it'll be easier to run now, a bit less choppy, and hopefully we're going to survive this. But the booster pad is working just fine. Okay, now this is actually going to take a long time, probably about half an hour of me waiting for this traffic jam to get smaller and smaller while I put more in. So what I'm going to do is do a lot of that off camera, otherwise it's literally going to take ages, and then I'll bring you back in when we've got close to 10,000, and I'll film us sending in the last 300 or so we get up to 10,000 altogether on camera. We'll also have to check out this traffic jam down here, because I reckon this whole traffic jam is going to go right to the back wall in this big area. That's going to be crazy, isn't it? We have made some really big traffic jams on my channel in the past, but this might be one of the biggest ones. I'm not sure if it's going to be the biggest, because we've done some massive ones, haven't we? But this is this is actually going to be one of the biggest we've ever made, I think. It's probably going to have about 3,000 marbles in it. Yes, we've managed to get 9,600 marbles on the marble run so far. So of course what we're going to do now is just put the last 400 in. So let's put 300 in there all in one go, then put another 300 in a minute. But look at this, we've actually got no traffic jam down here, so spreading them out actually did help quite a lot. We do have a bit of one still in here, but that's been doing fine as well. And just behind this wall, we've got one of the biggest traffic jams we've ever made on the channel so far. So let's just put in the last round right now, I think. And there we go, over 10,000 marbles, 10,200 are now on this marble run. And hopefully it's not going to break right at the end. It doesn't really matter now, does it? Because we've kind of got there. We've achieved 10,000, and at the moment it's still working. We did break the marble run, but then we've managed to fix it. And as you can see under there, look under this platform here, guys. This is a huge traffic jam, and I think there's another one over here, it's even bigger. This is the biggest traffic jam on the whole marble run, and there's so many marbles falling down into it still through the gaps. Look at that, loads of them coming through. But at the same time, it goes nearly all of the way to the back wall. Let me know in the comments if you can guess how many marbles are actually in this thing. I don't know, but I'm going to guess it's about 3,000 or so. Over here, it looks okay at the moment. Of course, we are running in slow motion right now because we have to. But as you can see, it is is still working here. It's all very sort of neatly lined up. There are no issues at the moment. And yeah, I think hopefully it's not going to be broken, but we have really put it to the test, haven't we? I mean, look at these escalators over here. That traffic jam is huge. And then there's a big traffic jam. Look at this, guys. It's actually, the traffic jam is going around the corner through the gap in the wall and actually back up the slope here as well. So that's gone bigger and bigger as well. And if we just zoom out here, we can see the overall damage we've caused. I mean, over here, look, if we just go down here, this pit has no marbles in at all, apart from the odd one or two that fall down, like these ones here, right, falling off the end. They just got the escalator. There's hardly any on those things. And yeah, really, the biggest ones are here. This is huge as well, because actually it's layering up, isn't it? We've got multiple layers of marbles here. If we go inside them, you can just you can see how many marbles there are. Let's count the stack here. We've got 1, 2, 3 marbles high. Anyway, that's it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you did enjoy it, please do hit that subscribe button, the like button, and ring the bell if you want to be notified of when my upcoming videos release. Thank you so much. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.